partner with it. They came to him. That's why he's like, Wiz Khalifa was like, because Shay asked him, he was like, what would you tell all entrepreneurs or anybody that's trying to partner with a business? I mean, anybody that's trying to get a business. He's like, don't never take too much up front, because you take too much up front, that means you're going to owe them or you're going to be working for them. Always make a deal with them and do an opportunity with them and partner with the company before you work for them.
Because you start getting money on the back end. You start getting money. When you take that partnership, that's for everything.
Just like Michael Jordan.
Like,
his mama, man. You know, me being involved in college and everything, I realized that my family has been my biggest support system this whole time. So it wouldn't even be no business without my family. And it's like, I'm doing this not just for me, I'm doing it for my family. So it's like, I want to include them into ways to where I can show them like how you can impact people on just doing little things.
You would be a billionaire right now.
But I'll say this though, like you said, God put us at what we supposed to be, and it was like this. It was good that he did that, because that made him the man he is today. Because they say you gotta go through stuff to learn stuff, and it's like if you scared to not just get out there and do something, or you scared to not want to learn from your mistakes, you're not gonna make it nowhere.
Where we interview real people telling real truths and stories. The overall objective here is to break the negative narratives that plague our communities and minds. The biggest one we aiming to attack is that there are no more good men and women out here. Stand-up men and women. The men and women we actually need in positions to help change our community for the better. Okay, bet. So, now let me think, because I just timed that angle up because I want to keep that first part that camera got. So that action was for that camera to time up. So, okay. Alrighty. Hey, look, we getting the behind the scenes live doing the episode. I can't wait to see this live. Do it when I release this. Okay, welcome back to another episode of No Flex Podcast. Today we are sitting down with I just said it. Kyntorrious.
Yep.
Kyntorrious Brison.
What's up, y'all?
Local business owner, fellow student here at Harris State University here in St. Louis. Only only HBCU here in the metropolitan area.
Yes, sir.
We've been networking for about 3 years now?
3 years.
3 years.
You feel like
he saw me when the dress was still twisty. And yeah, now I'm excited. So that's why I'm kind of choppy and cutting up, because I'm trying to catch my thought. And
it was crazy. The first time we met, we was at a bank.
on me. I still got those pictures. I still got those pictures. That was the Federal Reserve, wasn't it?
Yep, shout out to Dr. Kim.
Man, and the Federal Reserve kicked up with our feet laid up. Like, what? Getting fed by them people. Like, man, that's when it clicked. Like, okay, the opportunity is here, and the opportunity is now. And I think we both saw that. And took advantage of it. And I'm a little envious because you took advantage of it in a way that I wanted to. Meaning, like, he really networked the schooling system. Like, he's a perfect example of how to attack college. In a 4-year period, he then created something for himself that's going to plunge his after college career further than what a job could ever do. And so we finna dive into that on this episode. First, the way I start off with my guest is, this is the business podcast. I need you to do a 10-second elevator pitch to let my supporters and fans know who you are, sir.
Okay. So my name is Kyntorrious Brison, aka K-Town. Everybody call me by K-Town. I started off doing music. I'm a music artist. I got into college in 2019. When I first got to college, it was different for me, and I had to meet a lot of different people to gain connections, because I wasn't an outspoken person at first, as you can see me now. And I gained confidence. Made a lot of connections. Been through a crazy journey, because I started through COVID. Met a lot of great people at Harris, so not only HBCU in St. Louis. And then I was a first generational college student, so it was kind of hard for me because I had to learn more things on myself. And then by me being the oldest of 5, so I was the oldest, never had an older brother or older sister. Always had to do, what was right for my younger siblings. So it was like, it was kind of hard for me in life, but made it through. And yeah, my brand basically it came from me creating my brand. It came from me, my identity. Like one day I was just sitting and somebody just basically called me Mr. TrendinTopic, and it joined with me, and it basically became like my identity and me. I am my brand, and I turned it into a clothing brand for everyone, so they can feel outspoken, and everyone everywhere can feel like they don't got a lack of confidence, and they can do anything they put their mind to and get out there. Even if you a shy kid, because I was a shy kid back in middle school. High school, I was shy. In my senior year, I was shy. But when I got to college, it was a different world. Because I didn't know no one up there, only one person. So it was like I had to get to know people, learn people. Then there was a lot of people there from Chicago. So I had to learn them. And then, I learned how they speak. And yeah, I networked a lot over these 4 years, really.
Okay. That was a nice intro for the podcast. For a 10-second elevator pitch, you try to do big, because I'm challenging you because I know you practice this. You literally was in school for this. Let's dissect it. So what do you think about that? And like I said, great intro for podcast, but 10-second elevator pitch. What would you say about that?
So I would say I feel like it was more than 10 seconds, but I feel like it was a great elevated pitch because I'm letting the people get to know me for me, and then I'm telling them about how my brand became my brand, and my brand, which is me and my personality. Then I'm telling them like how I got through college and how I got into the business world, because it was a learning experience from like the people that I met and the people that I've been around, what I've been through.
So what do you think 10-second elevator pitch is meant for them?
So I would say, as I learned, because I went to Washington, D.C. for entrepreneur business conference, and I learned this from one of the greats out there. An elevated 10-second elevated pitch really is something for people to open their eyes to your vision. And you got to open their eyes to where you see yourself going in years and where you see your business going. Because without an elevator pitch, how would that company know to invest into you? How would they know about you?
Exactly.
And how would they know like what you do? Because they're not just going to know you off of looks. Exactly. They're not going to know you. You're not in that room to speak up.
Exactly. So like you said, a 10-second elevator pitch is to get to know you, the project you're working on, and the most important is a call to action for that business or for that person to follow up or allow you to follow up to get business done. Mm-hmm. And that's the point I wanted to get to. So, that's what you want the elevator pitch to consist of, and you want to make it as short as possible. Mm-hmm. So it should be who you are. My name is Kyntorrious Brison. Mm-hmm. Okay, what projects are you working on? I have a clothing brand. I do this and I do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now the most important part, like I said, is the call to action, and that should be so you know who I am, you know what I'm doing. I would like to get your phone number, your email, or your LinkedIn, so I can follow up on you and maybe set up a lunch or something so we could continue to discuss business. Mm-hmm. And then boom, you hop off the elevator and you about your way. Because you break it up and have that 10-second elevator pitch ready in case you come across an investor, you come across somebody, you're not going to have 5 minutes. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have time to say everything you said. Mm-hmm. You're not. So you want to be able to break it up into that and really get that context so you can follow up. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and so that's why I have my guests do the 10-second elevator pitch, because not only am I learning, you learning, but they're also learning, because a lot of people don't even know what an elevator pitch is.
Not at all. And I'm grateful that I got I'm blessed to know it because of my professors.
So, but before we continue to go further, who is this young man next to you?
Yeah, this is my cousin, Dizzy.
How y'all doing, y'all? I was over here quiet. I was just letting them do their thing, But yeah, I'm going to be here too. I'm going to answer, when Scott to ask me some questions, I'm going to answer too,
Look, your 10-second elevator pitch. You just heard us break it down. Let's get your 10-second elevator pitch.
For sure. My name is Dizzy, by the way, as you heard him say. I'm his cousin, I ain't gonna stunt. I've been with him through his whole journey and everything. But I'm gonna keep this simple. I do YouTube and stuff. I'm finna get into doing movies and everything. So if y'all want to hit me up, I'm on all platforms. Should I shout it out?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shout it out since he said I can go and shout it out. It's at Dizzy_Kingdom, 2 eyes in Kingdom. Hit me up.
Boom. Perfect. Now you walk off. You drop the mic and walk off. And now, because like now let's really think. Because think about how you leave that person out. You leave them with limited information about you, but that information that they know is potent. My bad. Is potent to what you want to do with them, to how you want to connect, rather than telling your whole life story right there. Then when they want to come, when they talk to you again, they feel like they know you. Mm-hmm. You don't want people to feel like they know you. You want them to keep coming back to you to get to know you more. You know. So yeah. So
but I say this too. Like what you just broke down to me, and then it's like it's different for me too, because I really never really had to give an elevator pitch, because it's always like somebody knew me from somebody else, or it's like they seen my story, so it's like I got newer with it, but it's like I never really had to tell myself to nobody, because they already either knew me or somebody already told them about me.
You may not have had to use the elevator pitch, but think about the times you could have used it and saved yourself a lot of breath.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that's why you had it in your arsenal, and that's why I like to do it. So now moving forward, I know the next time we talk, you're going to be like, nigga, I done got so much money off that elevator.
I'm still learning myself, man. So
Mr. and Mrs. Trending Topic is your business, sir. Let's dive into that, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Well, first, what was the inspiration behind it?
So I would say that my biggest inspiration behind Mr. and Mrs. TrendinTopic was my pops and my uncle, because they actually like gave me the idea. They bought my so they surprised me and bought me a LLC for my 21st birthday. And you don't know too many of your family members or your people really been a support system like that to do that for you. So and then like I said, I'm already making music. And I made a song called Mr. TrendinTopic. So it was my uncle's idea to really like make it as a brand. And I started to I started to notice everything, and the brand was like me. Because everything that I put on or wear to school, people would notice it on. Or it started to be like people would start telling me like they like what I got on every day basically, like everyday basis. And I just started really pushing my brand, I would say, July, after I went to Washington, D.C.
Last year?
Yes. No, this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I only been doing it since July. Really. I started my brand back in 2021, but I say it was actually never really started, because I was still in the process of how to make the shirts or how to get a vendor, how to start selling and stuff. I really didn't learn everything. I learned everything from Washington, because I got to be around other clothing brand people. I got to be around like actual multi-million-dollar company entrepreneurs. And it taught me a lot being down there. And then all them entrepreneurs was black owned. They was black. So like I never really seen them like that. Like I seen rich people or people that own corporations or who was in the corporate world that a white person in the suit. But I never really seen a black man or black woman. And that's all I was seeing. And it was like 125 HBCUs there.
Wow.
And we was there with Howard University. And it was just different. They had panels. Like we go in there eat for breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. And it was like I got to meet different people. That got me more into LinkedIn, more into networking. And they basically taught me a lot on that trip. And I really didn't realize what I learned from that trip until I got back here.
That's how I worked every time.
Yeah, it was like when I was there, I was learning and stuff. I was paying attention. But it really didn't hit me that I didn't learn. I learned a lot from that trip until I got back home.
Okay. And there's a few things I would like to comment on that too. You started the brand back in 2021 because the visualization and the manifestation of that is the proof of the start. You probably got a document, a text or something that proves you talking about this brand in 2021. You didn't legitimize it. I'm fucking that word up. How you say it?
Legitimize it.
Yeah, legitimize it. Yeah, legitimize it until your people's LLC'd it, and you took the professional development part of the business more serious. So, because that's powerful, because you don't want to ever short yourself and short where God has came in and blessed you with that idea.
Yeah, I started to be around more people like to show me the way,
and that's the second point I wanted to make. The power of having and fostering an environment of people in those type of mindsets, because you never know who you spark. You never know who you spark. So a question that I have is, because I'm trying to. The first three questions determine the trajectory of the interview. I've picked up on that. So I'm like, instead of just throwing the questions out, let me be more specific and picky. Okay. And then I put this into a list. So the official LLC date was when? We don't have to be date, but month and year.
August 14th.
24.
I got my official LLC back in 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it took me, I'm not gonna lie to you, it took me like 2 years to really, because when I was talking to you about it, like when you first started your stuff, it took me like a process, because I felt like before I started the brand, I had to learn the ropes and learn my competition. Then I was seeing more people on the college campus starting their brands. And a lot of them was leaving, so I'm like, why not me start my brand and have people start wearing my stuff, and then I want my stuff up here when I'm gone. Like, I don't want my stuff up here when I'm just here. I want my stuff up here when I'm gone.
So how does, at what point during that thought process made you focus on the business aspect of the clothing brand rather than the design and the making the stuff pop? You feel me? Because like when people start up a clothing brand, they either go one or two ways. The business side, like me, I wanted to mass produce. Like, I didn't care about the design. I'll put some words on a shirt. I just wanted 1 million people to buy that shirt. But then on the flip side, you have people that go into like, look, this stitch cannot look right, cannot look off, because I throw the whole thing away. And they spend 10 hours just on the design. You don't even think about selling it. They like, people gonna pay. What was the determining factor for you on that? Like, what made you go business rather than artistry?
So what made me go business with it, I learned more. Like, I had people around me like to give me more knowledge on it. And then I thought about it, like, I didn't go this route just to make money. I went this route to have a name for myself and to create generational wealth for my family.
That's deep.
And then I went this way too because, like, I felt like in the past I was investing into stuff like that was materialistic and that wasn't making me money. And then I sat down and thought about it, like, my clothing line, it can make me money, but it's gonna be something that my name gonna be on forever. And it's like, you can't get that back. Like, when I leave this earth, they still gonna be wearing something with my name on it. And that's what really opened my eyes about it, and me going to Washington and learning about them entrepreneurs, because they were saying, like, your name is everything. One thing that you are given on this earth is your name when you get here, and people gonna respect it one way or another. And it's like, you just gotta be humble with it. You ain't gotta be out there, or you just gotta be humble with it and let it come to you.
And y'all just don't know how long he been saying he wanted to start his own clothing brand since we was literally little. And now to see him actually going, like, we all growing up in Westcott, he actually doing it now. Like, he heard. He won't be here if he wasn't doing it. He doing his stuff. And I'm proud of this guy.
And it's like, it took a different straw on me too by doing the business thing aspect, because at first I was really into like music. So it really took some on me to really like stop my music, because I took away from my music to start really like pushing my clothing.
So you like, if we gonna do that, it gotta be worth it.
Yeah, like, it was hard for me because I've been doing music my whole life. I love music.
Okay.
And I'm getting back to it now, but it's like, yeah, I feel like music always been a part of me. But now I feel like my clothes is me. Like, it's my personality. It's how I move. And it's basically something that I do every day, trending with a purpose.
Okay, so and you actually led me into my next question. Since starting a business, your clothing brand, what has been some mistakes or challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
So I would say starting my business, I would say a mistake that I probably made for myself was starting to like do it myself at first. I would say that was kind of a mistake for me because I didn't know really more. I didn't really sit back and learn more about it. So I started trying to do it myself, and I was, I burnt some clothes. I'm not gonna lie. I started off with an iron, and yeah, I burnt hose and clothes. But it was a point to where I started getting better at it and started like, putting stuff on my clothes myself, making my own sweaters and stuff. And other people started seeing it, and they was like, "When you gonna actually like start selling clothes?"
Hold on. What's the difference between making your own clothes and having somebody else make your clothes?
So I would say this. I wouldn't say you started off making your clothes is crazy or difficult, but I would say it's kind of harder. I'd say you shouldn't really start out making your clothes until you actually went through somebody else. Like I'm dealing with a manufacturer right now, and I've been doing good with him. Like he made this quality good and making my clothes and everything. But the problem I'm having right now is the overseas thing, because he's in Pakistan. And then you know by the president, the new president getting in office, he making stuff harder now. So stuff going up. And it was like with me learning from making stuff myself and seeing other people brands, and I'm wondering like how they getting their stuff like that or how they selling their stuff fast like that. And I started learning that they was getting their stuff from overseas. And that's why I made that move to do it overseas. But now as I dealt with overseas and I dealt with everything, I would say now I'm looking more into investing more into machines and starting to do the stuff myself now because I learned more about it. But I would say the way to go when you first starting, I would say go through overseas.
Okay.
To go through paying someone or getting someone to start doing it for you before you start learning yourself. Still, I would say I didn't do this. I would say still make stuff yourself so you can learn more yourself, but still get that stuff made too. Like the stuff that you make yourself, yourself just making custom items.
So, okay, if we had to break it down, what's the investment cost? Well, what was the cost of investment when you invested into the machines to make your own stuff? And what was the cost of investment when you went overseas?
So I would say my cost of investment, like when I first started buying and stuff, it was like I was spending about I go get a sweater. I'm spending about $25. And then I'm getting the logo digitized and I'm getting it printed out. That's about $10. So I'm basically paying like $35 to go make this sweater. Versus me getting it overseas, I thought about it as this, like I'm going to the store to make this one sweater. When me going overseas, I can get about 30 sweaters. And I'm only paying about $600. And then it was like how my manufacturer is too. He was doing it like half and half. So it was like that was better for me too, because it was like I'm giving him 300, and then when he was done with it, I'm giving him 300 on the back end. So it like it gave me more time to work and stack my money. And then I'm knowing once that products come, I sell them 30 sweaters, my money back, and I'm making way more. Versus me going to the store buying one product and wearing that and not really making anything off of it.
That's game.
So I say that's what you do versus that's what you do. I say because I didn't do that. That was my first mistake because I didn't have knowledge on it. That I started making stuff myself instead of finding a manufacturer and having them make it for me first. Until where I could start, I make the money to start making the stuff myself and learning more about it.
Okay, that's deep. Just some game. Okay.
So,
how structured are you, or how structured is your business?
I would say, as of right now, it's getting there. cause I'm still like in the process. I'm not gonna say I know everything, or I'm learning as I go. As I say, I'm learning every day. I'm listening to the people that's around me, like my mama, my dad, my auntie, my cousin, my brother. I'm listening to everybody's opinion, and I'm opening my mind more to not be stubborn and not listen to nobody. And I'm letting people actually like help me with my business. And then it's like I'm getting more involved with like, social media in a positive way. Instead of being on there like posting or doing negative things or worrying about what anybody else doing. I'm really going on social media now, showing people like my purpose and like showing them like my story and where I come from, my background. So that's building my business up more to where I'm building a brand to where I'm good with my business, but I'm good without it at the same time.
Ooh, say that again.
So it's like,
say that again for the people now.
I'm good with my business and I'm good without my business, and I learned that from my mentor Kelsey Johnson, because she taught us like you got to learn about your personal brand first before you can learn about your actual brand, because it's like your brand. That's why most of these corporations go down. And most of these corporations really don't survive like when they collab with a rapper or anything like that. Because it's like that rapper is gonna be something with their brand, but that rapper still gonna be somebody if they made a brand for themselves. Or anybody, entertainers, entrepreneurs, they gonna be somebody because they made a name for themselves, the connections that they made. Like your brand don't make you make yourself.
Can I add something? I ain't gonna stunt y'all. Like he said, we're gonna backtrack just a little bit. Like he said, he is hard-headed. He is hard-headed. But he is evolving to actually like take more opinions and take in more like people like words of what they saying and stuff. So he evolving from there, learning and more like maturing more. So yeah. So like I said, once again, proud of him. So because I'll be telling him something, he'll be hearing it and stuff. He'll be like, nah, I'm doing it my way. Like, that's cool and all. That's cool. Do it your way. But then he'll be like, no way, you right, cuz.
So that's you just led me into the next question. How is it incorporating your family, as in your little cousin and your little brother, into the business?
So I ain't gonna lie. At first, it was like with me and I just felt like I was by myself because it was like I felt like I was doing everything by myself and it was just me. But as I got to look and over these months and me being involved in college and everything, I realized that my family has been my biggest support system this whole time. So it wouldn't even be no business without my family. And it's like I'm doing this not just for me, I'm doing it for my family. So it's like I want to include them into ways to where I can show them like how you can impact people on just doing little things or saying something to that person that day that can change that person's life. And then it's like I want to keep them more around me to not be in the streets or not learn from nobody else, but learn from somebody that they grew up with and that they can look up to.
True. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. And one thing I would like to get both of y'all advice on, an opinion on, is most of the businesses that I network with and I do social media marketing for, when I see a family member around, it's not the family member contributing to the business, it's the family member trying to benefit from just being in the same room. And that's for a reason. That's because of the saying, family don't do business with family. How are you guys able to, for at least a year straight, been doing business with each other and still maintain a nice, healthy connection? Because I feel it. I feel the energy. Like,
You want to go first?
Yeah. So I say I feel like this with all my family. I feel like everybody plays a part. And I play my part with them. So it's like, I feel like I have built, like I say, like in the business, I built a connection with every one of my family. And I know how to come to every one of my family. Like my mama or my dad, like it'd be hard with them because your parents are trying to tell you what to do. But it'd be like, I try to come to them in a different way to where they think about it and they'd be like, dang, you right, son. And it's like with my brother or my cousin, even though I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I blow up on them because You know, I'm human. But afterwards, I will go back now and try to talk to him, and we'll try to have a conversation. We know, family not person. If you're not fine with your brother or your cousin, that's not your family. Like, we know we go through stuff, but we already know that we all we got. If we ain't got each other, who else got us?
So basically, he get run down on everything, but adding a little few more little things. Me, I say, like he said, we all fight and stuff, we all families, but we gonna have like hard conversations sometimes. Like that's why, like he said, everybody that's in a group right now and stuff, we work together. We learning like what's going. Hey, let's sit down and have a talk once in a while. Like this, let's just chill with each other. Hey, see what's on each other's mind. Make sure each other's mental state right, everything right. Like sometimes just check up on each other. Like even if we're not checking up on each other, hey, you cool? Like you look like he said with his business wise. Like I said, I do YouTube, you do clothing and stuff. So we came together and was like, no, while I'm doing my YouTube and stuff, why not sponsor your clothes in it? Or while you doing your clothing stuff, why not get it in my videos and stuff? Boom.
And I started bringing him to like different school. And then I started seeing it because I started bringing him with me because at first he was just coming with me, to record my stuff. He was coming with me to like record my stuff. But then I started bringing him with me more because I started seeing like more of the people at the school started to notice him more. So I started bringing him with me more to build his platform. That it was like I wasn't bringing him with me to benefit off of me, or I wasn't bringing him with me to benefit off himself. But I was bringing him with me because he's my family, and I want him to build his own brand, and I just don't want his name to be known off of me.
And by him doing that, I ain't gonna stunt it. Did open up a lot more gates and stuff, and I'm known a little more than what I usually was. But at the same time, I'm the type that it's like I'm hard-headed myself, so it's like I want to do stuff like work it up towards like getting there myself. Like it's cool if I use my resources to my advantage, but I want to get there to myself. But it's like, okay, he telling me like you can do that, but why not use some of your resources while you got it and stuff to get up there? And I'm like, no way, you're right. So that's why we be having talks, sitting down and doing it. Boom, building up towards it, getting out more. So, boom.
And another thing is with the business and family. So when they first start working with each other and stuff, they had brought me into it. You want to be able to be an ambassador for his brand, so I started wearing his clothes. He started telling me the shirt and stuff. We just started sharing everything. Then with the YouTube, we started just making videos and stuff. People just started liking it on another level. They just started inviting me to parties and stuff. So when we started going to the parties, we started making connections and stuff. We started talking to people, getting out there more, experiencing how it feels to do this thing. We always watched it. We always just sit back and watch people do it. When we start doing it ourselves, we seen how hard it really is to do it. Like how much time it really takes and stuff. Yeah.
And I was like, look, I'm not finna do it by myself. So I need these niggas.
Yeah, we always growing up with each other, you get a better connection with somebody. And with that connection,
you just foster it.
It's it's hard to fall out with that person if you know that this person had a good idea or this person had boom, and it was just a simple argument. You can fix it,
So to be honest, we ain't even cousins. To be honest, you can say we really brothers.
Yeah. When we grew up with each other, yeah.
Okay. So let's stop real quick. I want to make sure that camera angle got y'all in there. I'll be able to edit this and pick back up from there. Hold on.
Hey,
okay. Okay, got you.
Y'all comfortable now?
Yeah. Okay, bet. So, okay. Now let's talk about promotion. How do you promote for Mr. and Mrs. TrendinTopic?
So, how I started my own Instagram, and then I did different ways. But I say my main way of promotion, these last couple months, it has been through school.
How so?
So I have learned my way into because my mentors have told me that people from CIE and stuff, they have told me if you wear your clothes every day, all day, people gonna start to notice you, and they gonna start to notice your brand. And if you never leave the house with your clothes on, people gonna ask you what's that? And then I started getting into more events, started doing more events, and I started going to different places, went to school, like through the school, and the school always have been like a good helping hand because they make sure like if I be in a big room with like business people and things like that, they introducing me to them. Or they telling them about how I started my business, my clothing line. And it's like I started to get more into like being, the younger crowd on campus too. Like the freshmen, cause it's like the freshmen gonna listen regardless. And then like they already know the trends because they in like this generation. Like like I wouldn't say I'm not in this generation, but I'm in the middle if I really feel how I feel about it. So it's like me going younger, like I tell my siblings, I would tell my younger cousins, I would tell like kids in college. I will make them like my brand ambassador. So like, you start with the kids. People love kids. People see kids with the stuff on, or other teenagers or other students at the college see them with that on. They gonna ask about it.
I like that mindset because that was one of the mindsets I chose to take when I ain't gonna say been because I still am, but as I've been conducting my business, my clothing brand, I used to go up to Hero Store and just give away free shirts. I would just give away free shirts because you got to think from like a business perspective. Say if it's like being able to tap into a market with only touching one person. It's like, say if you bump into the best football player, best sports athlete on that campus, you're able to establish a relationship between you and them, that person, and then boom, you get them to start wearing your stuff every day or bi-weekly or whatever and start promoting. Or even then on another tip, you get them on the brand ambassador or affiliate marketing piece right there. Boom, you didn't tap into a whole network just by only touching one person. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that rather than trying to, with most people, I don't know if you studied like how businesses develop before you really, a lot of clothing brands would go straight into mom and pop shop. Like they would go straight into signing a contract for that lease, have to pay all those bills, and then start trying to figure out how to make a design or how to outsource all of that stuff. You feel me? Like they was doing it completely different from how you and I did it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how you had that mindset.
It is, and I'm grateful to like have the support system that I got from my family, and then from the school, because it's like when I'm not even around, people promoting me. So it's like I got to that point in marketing where I just tell people about my business or I just show them, but my family either rocking my clothing or they telling somebody about my clothing. Or it's somebody at the school speaking good on me. And it's just like, I feel like it's with me having good relationships and keeping, creating bonds with people and letting like the bad apples in my life go. The people who keep you down and the people that'll tell you like, do you really think this idea gonna work? I had to knock them out of my life because that was like lacking in my my knowledge, and that was lacking like my motivation for it. And then what made me start going more with marketing and like marketing my stuff, because I had to learn like you're not gonna always have your clothes on time, or you're not gonna get them on time to market them. So I had to get learn and get business cards, and really I got a digital book bag too. That I was planning on. I'm gonna wear it next year when I start back working up there. But it's a digital book bag where I got my logo on there and I can switch logos on there. And I know people gonna guarantee see it and they gonna ask about it. So yeah.
How many times I told you miss out on every opportunity you don't take, even if it was called, even if they say nah, I'm cool on that, you still miss out on every opportunity you don't take. That's why I still tell you always market no matter what.
Then another thing is, I remember the days he used to be down about it. He was like, how people weren't doing this and that. And I was like, bro, you got to think about like what's going to happen when you do get the stuff. Boom. I was always like, tell you got to always focus on the after. You can't be down just because you're down. Now you got to lift your head up,
And I say this for all entrepreneurs.
That's literally my what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs? Or let's take it even deeper. Your little brother and your cousin. What advice would you give them if they come to you and say, look, I'm starting this business and I need some advice?
So I would say start small, start making the clothes for yourself, start wearing them. That's how you advertise your clothes first, by you wearing them. Because ain't nobody gonna, if they don't see it on your body, they're not gonna know that it exists. And then I say, nah, don't involve your family into your business right when you start. You gotta be in the middle or like almost in that process to where you almost out there to really involve your family. Cause if you started your family off, your family gonna always either want something free or they gonna want a deal. And it's like I had to learn from my professors, and I was thinking kind of hard like that at first, but they was like, if you running a business, you can't always give nobody no deal because you got to still make that profit back for yourself.
You have to your business
because it's like what you spending on that profit, they don't know what you spending, but it's like by you being kind-hearted, you're not gonna be able to pay your bills, and you're not gonna be able to get more stuff to promote or give to them. And then I say like they was saying like I was down, and they was giving me advice and stuff. I learned from myself to where I would take advice from people, but you gotta still get through it your own way. Cause it's like ain't nobody gonna feel how you feel but you. Like people can give you advice on that. They can give you advice on this. But you know that if you strong enough to get through it, you good. If you need somebody to help you, then yeah, get your help in hand. Everybody not the same. But I say from my experience, like I sat back and I listened, and people ain't think I learned from it, but I did it. But I did it my own way, or I had to get through it my own way, and that's how it's been like with my whole life. Like I didn't have to get through stuff my own way, and I always survived. So I say, if you a survivor, and you strong-hearted, and you think you know you can do it, and you always have doubt, and you getting through like any situation, I feel like you can make it.
See the bigger picture.
See the bigger
It's
picture.
always like at the end of the tunnel.
And it's always, if you got a brand or you started something, trend with a purpose. That's my motto. And I put it over my brand because everything that I do, I make sure that I trend with a purpose. I'm not anything that I do or anything that I put online, if people see me doing it, they see a purpose behind it. I'm not doing nothing that's not a purpose.
That's deep.
That's Nike say, just do it.
Let's
possible, just do it.
Let's talk networking with other black clothes. They ain't gotta be black, just clothing brands specifically. What is that like?
I ain't gonna lie, it's so inspiring. Because it's like you networking or talking to somebody or collabing with somebody with another clothing brand. It's like an entrepreneur to entrepreneur. It's a lot of love. Because we want to see more black people out here evolve. We want to see more black people out here winning. Other clothing lines, like I love how when I was at Harry Store and like I did, my first fashion show and everything, the other clothing lines there that was ahead of me was like, they was welcoming me, and then they was telling me like they was proud of me because they was like, I've been doing this for years, and you already doing more than I already did. And I just love like the support and not seeing no hate from it. And I love like we building each other up, and I feel like we should do it more. And more clothing lines should support each other. Like it ain't about competition. It ain't about who gonna sell more, but it's about us coming together and building our economy and being stronger.
What do you think is the biggest reason for why clothing brands don't collab as much as they should?
I feel like the biggest reason why clothing brands don't collab as much because everybody be trying to get theirs. And it's like, I don't think like that. It's like, I'm not trying to just get mine. I'm trying to get mine for my family. I'm trying to get mine for my community. And I'm trying to get mine for the kids that's the future. I'm trying to get mine for everybody that's around me who's supporting me. But I'm not hating on no other clothing brand, or I'm not worrying about no other clothing brand on what they selling or what they doing regardless, because I know my stuff gonna sell, and I know my vision, I'm gonna make it through, and I'm gonna do what I put out here to do.
That's deep. It was it was February of 2024. We had just got back on campus. And no, it was December of 23. I'm pretty sure that was. And you was the brand ambassador for Harris Stowe. Brand ambassador for Harris Stowe. And he was sitting outside the business department promoting freshmen, sophomores, and juniors to register for classes next semester. And I sat down and we talked for hells. We talked for like 2 hours. And getting people to register for classes. You had told me what made you come to Harris Stowe rather than staying in East St. Louis, because he's from East St. Louis. What was the reason you told me, if you can remember, of why you chose to come to Harris Stowe?
I ain't gonna lie. At first, it was because of my mama. Because she wanted me closer and she didn't want me to move out of state. But I came to Harris Stowe because it's a HBCU. And I wanted to be around people like me, and I seen it on TV. I seen it like in school, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what an HBCU was or PWI was until my senior year, and when it was crunch time and they was asking us what we was gonna do after school. What we was doing after school. So it was like, I really didn't think about college until then, because it was like the background that I come from, and then I never really knew no one who went to college. So it was like, it was a different experience for me. And I just wanted to go and be around people like me. I didn't want to go to a predominant white school. I wanted to be around people like me that I know that can teach me, and people that been through what I've been through or come from like the same background as I come from.
Okay.
Or people that come from a different background, because I learned through my experience in college too. It's always good too to connect and talk to somebody that comes from a different background, because they might have a different perspective on stuff. Like, I always can't deal with people that come from the same background as me, because they just like me. I want to meet somebody that's different from me, to learn like where they come from and what they're about in their experience through life. Even if their experience wasn't better than mine, or they come from a more wealthier family than me, they'll still understand where I'm coming from.
That's deep. Okay. So now I want to open this up to you guys. All three of y'all. As you guys are conducting y'all business, what's a few questions that constantly pop up in y'all head that y'all looking for an answer for regarding business?
You want to go first this time?
I'm gonna go first. So, like, a good question, or like any question,
A question you want to ask about business, I'm gonna answer it for you.
Wait, about something that's going on with, I like, say, business wise, his business, or just in general,
In
like
general.
YouTube or anything?
Wherever. A business question that keep popping up in your head. You like, I need to figure this out.
I go. So with me, I say every day what pops in my mind is how I'm gonna bring my clothing and my music together. Cause it's like, it's people, I'm not gonna lie, it's people in my family, and it's people like, in the corporate world, people at the college that want me to go, all the way into business and want me to just do clothing. But it's like me, I feel like I still come from where I come from. I'm still me. And I come from a different cloth. And it's like, I was built off of music. So I want to keep doing music. And it's like, it's people that's really telling me now to like, you at a good pace and you already in the business world to where you got a good future. You ain't got to do music no more. But I feel like I got to do music because music is me.
Okay, so, and I'm glad that is a really good point, because I think a lot of artists get stuck in that mindset or get stuck in that like decisiveness right there, and they spend 10 or 20 years trying to get it all of it.
And then I was talking about my marketing teacher too, Miss Moorhead, Professor Moorhead. She told me it's different hustles. Like, you ain't only gotta have one income, because if you only got one income, something wrong.
But see, now you gotta think about, okay, brand image. You feel me? There's so much I want to say. I don't want to overload, so I'm gonna say this: business and rappers conflict. Hey, and I talked about this on one of my other podcast episodes. The amount of time it takes for you to become really good at rapping, if you're not simultaneously spending that exact same amount of time becoming good on the business aspect, one of those two falter off.
Mhm.
So you become a really good rapper, but by the time you hit that rapper idol stage, your mindset is nowhere near where it needs to be financially to maintain that money. So now you all the way up here making millions of dollars, but you still budgeting like you making 10,000. You feel me? And so it's a reason for that. And like I said, because of the focus on the crafts. So people are telling you that because they see you have an opportunity to do what you dream of.
Mm-hmm.
Rapping is not what you dream of. Rapping is something that made you. Just because it made you don't mean it continued to be in you.
Because I'll say this too though. Cause I ain't gonna lie, they didn't heard the story. My auntie said I've been rapping before I can talk. Like that's how long I've been doing it. And it's like, I wouldn't even say it made me, or it's just like, if I heard a beat, I'm gonna rap on it regardless. Or if I love, like, music is just like, it's involved in my life. Like, I love music. Like,
ain't nobody saying you can't have music continuously involved in your life, but that don't mean you should be the person producing it because of the priorities. And it don't mean you can't come back. It don't mean you can't make albums, make mixtapes, and just sit on them mugs. But if you focus on growing that clothing brand, that needs to be the only focus.
Yeah. And then I thought about it like this too. By me, like, watching different interviews, like, on rappers and everything, and they told, and like, how I just said my mistakes on, like, starting my brand, right? They was talking about their mistakes on not doing really what they wanted to do, and people, like, telling them what was right when they was younger, that's what held them back. And I learned that from, like, people doing what they want to do, it ain't holding back. Like Ice Cube, when he started doing movies, I'm knowing people probably told him to stop rapping. Or when he left NWA, I know it was a lot of people in their head.
Ice Cube started doing movies. He stopped rapping.
But he still, like, included his music. He still included his music into his rapping. Into his movies. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to do a brand where I want to have, like, I'm not going to say I want to fully rap for the rest of my life, but I want it to be where I want to have my music right, and I want to, create artists and do what I want to do with my label and still have my clothes, but I want it to be included together like Master P.
Well, okay. Well, if that's the case, if you insist on, like, that being the way, then what that looks like is you growing up as a rapper and then you selling merch. So, like, you get a venue and you book it and you get 10,000 people in that venue. You make money from booking the venue and from getting all those people at the door or whatever. But then you also got your little brother, your little cousin in the corner at the vending table selling your clothes as well. And that is how you incorporate that.
And then I'll say DDG, another example. Like, I watched his whole journey. He was a YouTuber. You see what he doing now? That's why I'm like.
But see, YouTube and rapping or YouTube and entertainment, they correlate. They go hand in hand. Like, how the fuck? Think about it. How you gonna dress up in suit and tie, and then in an hour or so, you got a gun in your hand talking about I wish a nigga would. Like, you feel like the contradiction is so hard and so obvious, where it's like you already a lot of business trying to rap.
That's why I say I changed my ways, like, from learning some people. Nah, not even doing R&B. Like, I will rap. I'm rapping. That's how I say. That's crazy. I'm gonna rap about my environment, but I'm not gonna have more of a, like, guns. I want my rap to be more of a message.
Or okay, see, and that's what I was.
Yeah, that's what
it was like. There's something I did. Like, I'm not a rapper at all. Like, I barely got rhythm. Like, I'm a straight up businessman. I know how to get money. I know systems and operations, but I have bars like a rapper. I've been getting told my whole life I should be a preacher because I just spit out bars. So I'm like, okay, instead of me trying to become something that I'm not, a rapper, let me just take these same motivational sayings, these motivational quotes I come up with, and put them on clothes and sell them. Put them on pillows and sell them. put them on these. So the same type of rap bars that I'll be coming up with in my head, I'm just putting that stuff on clothes, putting that stuff on all these type of fabrics, and then just selling that stuff. Even what do you think about that?
Cause like I said, like, you know, Mr. Trending Topic, I got a whole song that's called Mr. Trending Topic. So like that's why I say my clothing brand and my music is my identity. So like that's why I say I can't really give up music. I can't give up music because it's like if I hear a beat or anything like that, I just love like the studio life. But I wanna be, you know, I wanna do stuff like my own way, as I say. Cause it's like I listened to people that did stuff their own way and they made it farther. And I listened to people that listened to people and they fell down. Like Wiz Khalifa, he didn't let nobody tell him about him, you know, like smoking weed. Snoop Dogg. They never stopped, but they started to do it like in a business way. Like I would say, yeah, like they got their own companies. I say they with my music, like I wouldn't stop doing it, but I wouldn't do it like I used to do it. Like I'm gonna do it in a different way to where college students can listen to it and be motivated off of it. Different kids can be motivated off of it, and they can still come and cop my merch. And they be like, "That's Mr. Trending Topic. He rap. He make music. He do clothes. He got his own businesses." That's why I say like with one income. Like I feel like music can make me money. My clothes can make me money. Any idea in my head can make me money, but I feel like any idea that I come with, I want to achieve it. Like I want to make it through. Like, and music was my first, so I want it. Like I said, once I start something, I'm not stopping it. So I feel like I won't stop.
You can't be too big headed either. You gotta know.
Go ahead. Humble yourself. But I was gonna say, out of all that, I get where you're coming from, but I forgot the question you answered.
Any question that you have about business generally?
So my question was going to be like, let's say with the real estate, you know how it's selling houses and stuff, right? And then,
You good.
that's why I say it's like selling houses and stuff, right? But you're gonna need the business world with the real estate because you gonna need them connections to sell the houses and stuff. Especially if you want to do like, let's say rich people, you want to do poor people, or you can just like start your own business selling the houses, right? You can do like homeless people, you can start giving them homes and giving them jobs and stuff to work with the real estate. But at the same time, what if I want to do other businesses too, right? But I don't want to do it like through the college way. Let's say that. Let's say he got his business where I can team up with him with the businesses. Then we know people that do different things like cutting your hair and all that. Would it be a good idea to like bring them in, help them like lead their own business?
So it sounds like you're going down either a consultant pathway, right, and that's basically just getting paid to give business advice, or something that I'm becoming that he's really good at is business liaison. That's just middleman and deals. So you can literally get paid for middleman and deals. So like say he got something that I want, right? You know him personally and I don't. You can then come to me in a contractual form and say, look, give me 10%, or him, give me whichever one, give me 10% of what's being paid or the commission it is, right, and then I'll make sure this deal goes smooth as possible. So you get business liaison, but connecting that to real estate is you don't necessarily have to be in the business world to sell a home. Right. Like the people that you name, rich people, poor people, homeless, like those aren't business people. Those just regular citizens. So
it's not like what we do like for them, like help them out. That's what the homeless people to help them out, right?
You got to think like a motherfucker homeless for a reason,
right?
And 9 times out of 10 is because they want to be homeless. Either it's that or a mental illness. Right. You feel me? So it's like people try to cure homelessness, and you can't cure homelessness. What you do is focus on the kid. So it's like while this generation of homeless people is 1 million and it's hell of them, well, we come together as a group, or as just men, black men, and say, look, in 2 or 5 years, it's gonna only be 10% of what there is left on these streets of homeless people.
And I said that's going into the nonprofit field. That's basically what they do.
It is. And then you get federal funding and grants and stuff for that. So that's how. But stand on that real estate. To answer your question directly, it would be building. It would just be selling properties off of the fame and notoriety that he gets off of his clothes. Right. So if he gets, or his music, he get a music video, get 1 million views. Well, you know how it's an ad in front of that music video and in the back of that music video. That should be your ad spots now. You should be paying him to have those ad spots just at an extremely discounted rate, maybe just $1.
You my brother, so you're not paying. Yeah.
But to keep business clean and pure, you feel me? Yeah. Like you just do $1 an ad, you feel me? So now you running ads to this music video and they get millions of views. So that's how you would do it.
And then like with the other so I saw like different businesses, like people to branch out business. Would that be a good idea? That's what I was saying.
What do you mean?
Let's say we know somebody know how to cut hair. We want to start a barbershop. Mm-hmm. Would that be a good idea to have that person as a connection, like to start that, to lead that business?
It's to have in your back pocket if that opportunity ever comes up, yes. But you don't want to be the person to set that up because if stuff goes wrong, everything falls on you.
And I say it gotta be a person that you fully trust and that you fully built a business relationship with, and you see how they move. If that person conduct themselves and move, that's how they gonna run their business. So if they out there just fooling around and not really serious about nothing, you can't have them running their business. But if they really serious about their work and they a hustler, then you can put them and you know they're gonna do right. Yeah.
Because you gotta think. If you cut hair and he's looking for somebody to cut hair, the only reason you two haven't connected outside of this is because one of y'all been lazy. Right. And a lazy person only gonna fuck everything up. So it's like you essentially going to look for lazy people if you do it like that. So you better off just building your book of relations, and we talked about this on the other episode. You don't want to come into business focused on making money first. You want to come into business focused on building your network. Meaning, how old are you?
I'm 20 right now.
How old are you? 22. What you do is get a job. Mm-hmm. Get a job that you can make the most amount of money at, but work the least. Because you make enough money to survive, but you don't drain yourself of energy. So like me, for example, right? My job is I push people in wheelchairs at the airport. That's what I do. And I set it up to where I do it overnight. So from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., that's where I'm at. And I'm able to finesse that to where I'm, not too tired. So then when I get off 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., that's all the time I have to add another business to do more stuff out of my business. You know what I mean? So like, say if I made $150 just from working that job that day. So now I got the rest of the day to add it to the $150. And I think it's like I may mess it up, but it's like $500 a day for 30 years, you become a millionaire. Right. You feel me? So if you could just manage $500 a day for a hell of a time, for a long ass period of time, then you can do it that way. But yeah.
I say that too. I was doing the same thing. Like with my clothing, I wasn't working no real job. The school, I was blessed to be given a creative work study position, oh. And I was doing that like 3 or 4 days a week. Going in there I was going there from about 8:30 to 1. Be gone. Teachers in there, they cool. I'm cool with everybody. I'll be going in there doing schoolwork. They not giving me no work to do for real. And then I go home, I get my extra check from that, and then I do what else I do.
And then on top of that, like while he was still in the work study, he was still doing this for his business. So he was literally getting paid to work on his business. You feel me? So like that's how you want to look at it.
And then I was still at the school promoting my business.
And that was my next point. Or you can get into school. So like you can, like the way something else I did, only because I'm an accountant, I knew that you can get an extra amount of loan on those refund checks. So after the federal government covers what your tuition, living expense, cover what these things will be for the whole year. But what they don't tell you is because you're low income, that's what qualifies you. they actually have a bigger amount of money that you can loan from. And so in a year, I get an extra $12,000 to loan from that I do have to pay back, but that I have to loan, and they'll break it up to $6,000 each semester. And so, say if y'all live together and you don't have to pay bills, you can just get back into school for business, and while you're in school, be getting $5,000 to $6,000 a semester just to learn about business, and you can use that to stretch over because each semester only 4 months.
And I say this,
but you have to be prepared to pay that back 6 months after you graduate or stop going to school.
See, I was blessed. I ain't gonna lie, cause CIE they really blessed me. So like with me, I was so blessed to where I didn't have to take out loans to get money. I was just signed up into programs. Like I started.
I'm envious, man, because you did it the right way.
I started with Thriving Ambassador, and that was because of Ms. Moorhead. Basically I threw my own expo. And that's what really drew my mind to entrepreneurs, because I threw my own expo and it was for other entrepreneurs on campus. Like, I wasn't thinking about my clothing line then. I wasn't even thinking about entrepreneurship. I was just trying to do something for other students on campus that weren't really getting, recognized for their businesses. And like, they was different majors. They weren't business majors, but they still had side hustles. So we threw a side hustle expo to impact them on 314 Day. And by me doing that program, I earned $2,000 in stipend, which a stipend is they give you the money, it's free of charge. And from there, I end up after that, I end up doing in the summer, I end up doing an internship, and I got $10,000. They blessed me with that, and that's how I really started my clothing line. And that started to help me more funding. And I'm like, with me with that $10,000. I feel like I made a smart decision, because I thought about it like, am I going to buy a car or am I going to start my clothing line? And I felt like, I can get a car any day. That's a materialistic thing. But your clothing line, it can last forever.
So, like you said that so easy and effortless. Like, it's people that literally die just contemplating which decision they're going to go with it. Like, and it's amazing how it's, because, niggas like me are getting into a mindset, oh, I'm the only one that think like me. Like, I went from 2015 to 2021 just watching these niggas buy Michael Jordan shoes, fake chains, cars they don't have no more, women who never even liked them in the first place. And I was preaching the whole time, bro, that's not the way to move. That's not the way to go. And now that all of them are on the opposite end of that, and now we get to see how they've messed up our women's mindset by being such simps like that. Like, man, they be throwing me for a loop, man. I be like, but that's why I appreciate men like you and these type of conversations, because it reminds me, like, okay, I'm not alone. The thoughts that I have aren't crazy.
Yeah.
I just need to continue to find my kind, and my kind is not just black people. My kind is mindset type of people, you feel me? And so my network is, but I got so many people in my network, it's crazy.
Cause boy, I say, I done found out so much. I don't just bond with black people, I bond with anyone. And I found that out from my internship, because it was only it was only like 3 black people. Everybody else was either from a different country. It was people there that was Japanese, Chinese, it was people there that was white. And we was the only HBCU in that internship program. Every other school was a PWI.
You already know how other HBCU students act. Once they hit, man, especially if they sophomores or younger, they find a corner hide and leave you out there to the wolves. Like the Federal Reserve. Don't you wish you got that network experience? Right? Don't you?
It was like with the Federal Reserve, I was in there networking. Like I went up to somebody and talked to them, but it was like I didn't know anyone in the room. So I usually lock into like it'd be social anxiety, but then it'd be like I would get out of it and just walk up to somebody and have a random conversation. Because you never know who. And then it'd be like I had a random conversation with this person, And then all I know is that person go up and then they talk about how they had that conversation with me. And I didn't even know they was the host.
Or
That's
they,
every opportunity you don't take.
I'm telling you, or either that, or if not that, they pitch you to the next conversation. So just starting off talking to that one person, you done work the room for a night.
So that's I'm gonna give you a few more questions, two more questions. I know you like we've been talking for an hour.
Nah, I'm enjoying it. Though. I ain't even look at the time. Phone be ringing. I ain't even.
Motivation.
Can I answer
Both
that?
our
What's
ways.
called? That's a question. I just got one question. What's called? That literally a question that keep replaying over and over in my head. Basically, as y'all know, like I said at the beginning of this, I am a YouTuber and everything. And the question that I like keep asking myself every day is like, is this video good enough? Is it gonna get this many views? Is it this, that, third? Like, oh, it's what's called like the content actually right? Do it look right? Do it like that's the questions I keep asking myself.
To answer that, you go crazy trying to figure that out. The only way to answer that question is by putting yourself out there. You have to start dropping that content, no matter the quality of it, and get feedback from your customers. Okay. See, now that be the tricky part because you're talking about online presence, so you don't really have customers, you have supporters and fans. Versus a business selling products, you have customers and services, but it's the same type of ideology. You need to get feedback from the market that you're in. Because if your market is entertainment, but it's podcast entertainment, but it's more so 20v1 is podcast entertainment. Yeah. So now you need to hop into that 20v1 market on the internet and figure out what's the trending topics, what's going to happen next, and then start making those predictions. But the only way you do that is by people telling you, nigga, you look stupid as hell, or you do. Like, because you go see, like, okay, I can easily delete the video.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I do this like to this day. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I never doubted myself. And it was like it was a me and myself thing that I had to get through. Cause it was like I feel like I never really cared about what other people think. But it was like in my mind, me telling myself I did. Cause it was like before I even put my clothes out or took a chance out on my clothes, I was doubting myself in my clothes. Cause it was like at the same time, like, am I gonna even make money off of this? Or me putting my money into this, is it gonna really bring my money back? Or is anybody gonna really wear my clothes? Or is people gonna stop and be like, I wanna buy it? And that was always in my mind, but I had to get over that. Because I started doing my clothing line for the right reasons. I started thinking about doing it for the money and started doing it for my name and doing it for the generational wealth and doing it for my vision that I see in the future and doing it to help my mama not to work no more, my dad not to work no more, my younger siblings never to work, and for my nephews to know that they uncle got them and for them to have something when they grow up to look up to something. Because I didn't grow up to where I seen everybody work or, do bad things to get out there and do what they had to do because they thought they had to do it because they ain't have nobody in their face or nobody right there to show them the right way.
Hey,
and I want to be the person to show the right way.
Let me ask you something. How many times that I literally stopped doing YouTube up until this point? How many times?
He stopped he's stopped a lot of times. And it's like
same mindset. Like,
and I ain't gonna lie.
Not good enough. Is it good enough?
And I had to be the person to tell him, because I told him just like this. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm not gonna tell you your passion if you want to start it back. I'm not gonna tell you your passion to stop it. You the only person that can tell you that. And I told him, like, just sit back, just think about it, and just really think about, like, do you really want to do YouTube? And see, that's really what he wants to do.
For the longest, I've been telling myself every day, I'm like, I really want to do YouTube. But yet, I keep psyching myself out. Like, why is I'm psyching myself out and I can really do it? Like you said, just put your content, like you said, you can easily delete the videos, but just put it out there, get feedback from it. And I was always scared of that insight. It's like, I want this month to be perfect, this video to be perfect for it. I won't have to like get bad negative feedback. But I got to put myself out there and actually get the bad negative feedback to come back like, okay, I gotta work on it. They saying, okay, bet I can change that up. Hey, do this video that I'm posting this time look better? And this time I said I started it up. I'm not stopping no more. So I'm staying here. So y'all gonna see more of me. Watch this. I'm coming for one of the top spots.
I'm gonna explain more of an overview on, because I didn't even explain my overview on why wood music. So it was like this too. It was times in COVID where I got less motivated and stuff, and like I wanted to stop music. Like I stopped music completely. Like I wasn't writing, I wasn't listening to beats. But it's always been like somebody in my family to come up to me, or like somebody that I even know, like people I wasn't even knowing, people that I ain't never seen, like completely strangers asking me like, "You still rap? You not doing your music no more? Your music hard. When you gonna drop something new?" So that's why I said music, I want to really get back on it, and I want to do it with my clothing, because that's something that I doubted myself from doing, and other people steady keeping me motivated on, like, you need to drop. You really can do something with this. Keep doing it.
But see, it's like, well, I get exactly what you're saying. I'm with them people, man. Like, fuck that rap shit, bro. Like, and that's looking at it from that's not taking it personally.
So I say it's pros and cons with it, because it's people saying to do it, and it's people saying don't.
But see, I'm not putting my feeling into it, and I'm only looking at it from the economist side, looking at it from economics and accounting. Like,
from the window, basically.
The rap industry is failing. They're not making money anymore, and they're hurting their careers because they transfer over to podcasting, on streaming, either the game stream or doing constant live streams. Like, think about it. Why the hell was 21 Savage put up? You could never see 21 Savage into the past of COVID. Where had he been if he's not on the stage? On constant live stream. He's not even doing interviews.
And I'll say this too, though. I'm happy that I get to see other rappers go through what they go through, so that it teach me to move more independent with it. So
exactly. It's not necessarily independent. You gotta know it's not rapping. Like somebody gotta do something to rap that's not rapping. You get what I'm saying? And that's what people looking for in rap. You come. Think about all the conscious rap. I know y'all heard of Lil Russell from LA. They've been shutting his shit down, and we not supporting them because it's conscious rap. We think and hear this conversation every day. So
I'm starting to like conscious rap. Like I'm starting to get more into R&B.
They're not making no money because all of the conscious rappers are independent, and you have to integrate yourself into that
from regular rappers.
This is why I did. This is why I thought about it too, how I could put my clothing line of music together. By me putting my clothing line of music together, I'm more not to make really no money off of music because I'm an industry. But me doing my clothing, that's my money for my music. That's the money that revenue for me to do other business and do music. Because if I look at artists and rappers today, like I said, like Wiz Khalifa, he not only funded off his music, he making bread off his music, but he partnered with companies. And then the stuff that he did like when he first started. Like he said, like his parents was in the military.
Think about all of the money he missed out on getting whack ass albums he released. From the imagery he put out there. Like, it took him 10 years to clean his name up and to clean his image up to where, but he had to go ghost. So he could never reach that type of fandom from that, like even doing the stuff that he doing, because he hurt himself so good. Like his baby mama is still getting talked about in a negative way because of him, because of that rap stuff. Now, if he had just did the water, got put up, started inventing stuff, maybe invented a toilet that don't clog, he would have been a billionaire right now.
But I'll say this though, like you said, God put us at what we supposed to be. And it was like this. It was good that he did that, because that made him the man he is today. Because they say you gotta go through stuff to learn stuff. And it's like, if you scared to not just get out there and do something, or you scared to not want to learn from your mistakes, you're not gonna make it nowhere.
Like they said, Rod Wave said it the best. You gotta you gotta take 1,000 losses to get one win.
Man,
for real, because it's like, from Wiz Khalifa being young, he was just young. So he made all the mistakes when he was young, but now he realized from it, and now he doing a better image, not for other kids, but he doing it for his son. Because he want his son to see him as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a rapper, as an artist. He write people raps. He do all of that. He want his son to see him as a better person. But it's like, for you to get to that better person, you gotta mess up. It's gonna be times you mess up, because ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody tell me they got to where they was at because they ain't messed up first. Because everybody done messed up to get to like where they at. So it's like, you can't be prepared not to mess up, because you gonna mess up either way. And life throws stuff at you that you gonna have to get through.
Basically, you gotta fail a lot to win. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
A lot, 10,000 hours.
And I feel like me doing music, I feel like I can really be an artist, and I feel like I want to get up to the point where I want to make my music for me, though. Like, I'm making music for the world, but I want to get to the point where I'm just making music like Wayne. Like, he don't make music for nobody. Like, he said, you know, he make music for his family, but he making it for himself because he loves it. He got a passion for it. Like me, like, I don't care about music for the money. I don't care about music. I just love it. I got a passion for it. Like, I feel like once I'm making music, I'm in my zone. Like, it's just me. It ain't nobody there with me. It's just me and that beat. And I'm expressing like my life story, because it's like, if I can't do music, how am I gonna tell my story? Like, I can tell my story through my business, but I feel like I do it in a smoother way by people listening to my music.
They give them less from the judges.
It's real.
Like you said, it can go hand in hand.
And I learned this from other artists.
Clothing, also talking about like somewhat to like talking about his clothing.
Okay.
Like I said in my music, I got my own brand. What can y'all
He got
do?
his own website that he got now. He got the music on there.
My song on the website.
How y'all been setting me up for these? He got his music on the website. I was heading right into that. So we did her an hour 30 talking. I'm pretty sure it's longer than an hour 30. I still got stories in my phone. But to close this out, first I want to say thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you guys. Overcome events. Promote yourself. This is a shout out now. Website, social, overcome events. Where can they tap in with you to help promote? Or you see something, hear something?
So my music channel is called K-Tom the Artist. K-Tom is K-T-I-M-E. Like, it's just a regular K/Tom. I got that name when I was younger, because I always said I was on my time. So you see how my name Kyntorrious? K-Tom. So K-Tom is like my other identity. It's not even really just my artist name, but it's me. And yeah, I'm always on my time and nobody else's. But yeah, K-Tom the Artist. That's where y'all can find my music. My website is basically finished now. It's called MR&MRS.TrendinTopic LLC.com. One word. And my Instagram, my personal Instagram is trending _ mask off 23. And my clothing Instagram is Mr&MRS.TrendinTopic clothing. You can't miss it. I'm the only Mrs. and Mr. Trending Topic. Okay. So yeah, you can't miss it.
You got any projects that's coming up?
So as I'm working right now, I just got offered and I manifested this like my cousin. No, I'm excited that I'm gonna be going to my old high school and talking to the kids at the Entrepreneur fair. That's January 16th.
Oh, I know you're gonna kill that.
And then, like you said, you gotta be prepared after you graduate. Even though I got a clothing line, this don't pay the bills yet. So, I gotta keep that extra income in. So, I'm excited to be working along my mentors and learning more from them at the new Center of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So, I'm gonna be there as a marketing, a manager assistant. So I'm gonna be helping with like community things, and I'm still be talking to like the students and helping them like with their business to become an entrepreneur and go through the stuff that I went through, but to do it a better way and help them to do it like an easier way. So yeah, I just did a year contract with them, And for real, I want to drop the EP. I want to keep. I'm working on my music right now. So drop some more music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shit, like you busy.
Yeah,
It's crazy because like
working.
man, hold on, like tried to make a song together before, and like he wanted me to actually start shooting his video songs. So you want to see what type of video?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And I'm cutting the middle in and out videos. I got my own camera, and I'm getting my own production team together. We got lights about it, so I'm gonna start shooting my own music videos and my brothers. We all finna do that.
Remember, he finna be in movies and stuff too, cause like I said, him making movies, so he finna be in some movies and stuff.
And then we also
stay tuned for that.
Then we also plan on like traveling doing the YouTube too. So like yeah, we also plan like plan on traveling doing the YouTube too. So like we might just be close to you. You never know. You know, might be in your city.
I'm not even trying to just be in the city no more.
On all platforms that Dizzy, like I said at the beginning again, tune in on all platforms, Dizzy_Kingdom. I got that name because I ain't gonna say Dizzy King is literally it, but Dizzy Kingdom is us together, combined. Boom, y'all in this family too. So Dizzy_Kingdom on all platforms. Dizzy King, cause I hold myself on a high platform. I'm the king.
So we can cancel all social media. Yeah, I'm canceling myself.
I'm gonna give you
I'm gonna be yours too.
Man,
Cause I like this building. I'm
shout
gonna
it out.
come back. I just said that. All you did is on wfw.theanthony on Instagram. So yeah. I'm really thinking about getting into streaming a little bit more. So yeah.
Okay, so he don't go for collaborations on streaming.
He doing a real YouTube video. I'm just gonna be like one of
I
these
stream a little bit, but y'all will catch me on and off on that when I have free time out of the stream.
So this is like support you. I like supporting people a lot because I'm a leader. You know, we big on support.
Yeah. Everybody corner like, nigga, I caught you, nigga, let's go. Listen, I want to hop on the court.
But then when I do get on the court, it's like
everybody is here. Everybody's sign is literally compatible with each other, so we push each other to be better.
I'll say this: that's my little brother. I'm the big brother that's gonna show my little brother and sister the way, and I'm not just gonna give them money just to be giving them money. I'm gonna give them money and advice. If they want to start their own business or whatever they're gonna do with their money, make something off of it.
Hey, that's the whole way to end it.
Man.
BigFaceOverdose.com. You guys are another episode, a powerful episode here. I ain't gonna do my call to actions in the middle, so hit the comment section. Let us know what y'all think about it. We out of here.
Peace out.
Hey, boom.
Open this up.
I'm a celebration. I'm an inspiration.
Keep going this. Hour 26, right there. No. Hour 29.